Okay, straight into Icebox here around and kick things off. Derby Panther on the attack. Carmel going to be on the defender's side. Delta with the paint shell in hand, looking to stave off the push from the A site, and it seems like enough to scare away Derby Panther for now.
I mean, that's interesting too, because I find that's the biggest job of Raze, when you're kind of just solo anchoring a lot, and your nade is your biggest tool to delay though. But interesting that they'll force to rotate off of this. Got a clear one by yellow and one towards mid. As Christian to find the first, gets the flash, the second, not gonna try to repeat it. There are two more people there, and sees that he's completely surrounded and looking overpowered by Soul, as the turret also gets taken out.
Jakey C now looking for that point of contact, but the retake game here for Carmel.
Oh.
And Poi is already on the reflank towards mid, causing a lot of chaos. Enough discipline though to fall back towards B main with the rest of the team, and knowing that that's enough of a seed planted into the backs of Carmel.
Tanja also doesn't get tagged by the knife here either, but Soul and JKC will move together as one. 3v2 currently on the site, but not healing, but not enough that he managed to see Zhao in time. And that hairline takes off his counterpart.
Did that one hit close to home?
I'm not allowed to say that name, honestly, but hairline once again will go on a tangent, and well, see a deep use. This is gonna be a fun game.
That hairline annihilated. 1-0 here for Carmel. And now Derby Panther back into the execution. They've dodged the 0 point towards B main, looking to reclaim space.
I have so many jokes. Like, an exuberant amount. Okay. It's gonna be a tough one. Either way though. Take a seat and company. Bunched up as four. They want to look to move in. They want to try to find more. Kitchen on top with the Bucky. This could be a really cheeky angle if he gets the drop shot here, but instead, just a bit of util put down, and Carmel all move back.
Already worried about that reflank though, so Carmel going to be pushing out Delta.
Shot.
Good for 2. And Derby Panther, knowing that they're about to get pinched, are going to look to re-clear towards mid-side. There is an owl drone available here for Chicken God.
Good discipline as well by Delta too, because staying the exact angle, rightly realizing that they're falling off a base. So watching the cross, seeing them here, the nade, only used to delay once again, but doesn't want to get double peeked, and puts out more than enough damage that at least they're scared by it, and they don't actually manage to cross against him. And now they gotta go back in, losing space, but nobody's especially pushed out by A either. So it's not the spawn side, and there's the Bucky at work. Kitchen gets his space, gets a second shot, and Delta finally finds their target by B, where the Bucky, although not technically at wrong range anymore, still works out.
Flawless round here for Carmel, so all guns saved into the next as Derby Panther look towards a, once again, a repeat of their pistol round, that haunt to come through. Only one to be caught out. The paint shells extended early on, but that hairline comes out on top.
First time you said that, hairline once again gives a clean fade to Tangent as he looks to move in. Takes 3 for himself as well. You can see slowly the follicles reglowing. It'll make it a 5v2 on site.
This is gonna be a really tough retake situation. Krishan only has a judge in, or a Bucky in hand, right? That hairline push up so aggressively, good for the flick and the ace to end things. That hairline, they're not looking to wipe things. They're looking to be the ones to wipe things out this time.
That's what I'm talking about. They continue to recede back the numbers on Derby Panther. Love that for them. But nevertheless, Delta V1. And a big knife as well to just cause it to fall off the site. But this gives them enough space, and Carmel still have to retake here, Ash.
Ooh, paint shells. Not enough to actually delay though, so Spike still initiated. Not much chip damage actually done. First blood into the hands of Poi as Carmel looks to retake.
Poi gets 3 for his trouble just with a spray transfer, now with guns in their hands. Derby Panther want to gain back what they lost. A beautiful 4K. And Poi, let's see how much further he can get. It gets Koi with the rest of them. Ace for him. 2 aces in a row for Derby.
Okay, Derby's feeling hot. Poi looking for that early contact once again, but with the 0 point suppress, not able to get out. Another Bucky waiting around the corner here, this time in the hands of Delta.
Delta doesn't know that somebody just popped up in front of him either. And now, with an F4 given over, Delta try to reposition, and JKC instead will take them out. The second as well, beautiful swing. And Christian gone from yellow, Soul has the flank this time, as they all get pinched. Carmel had no idea where I'm coming in from. The Stinger got two, some way, somehow. This is somehow your fault. And it'll leave one left.
3-2 as Derby Panther take the lead in this matchup. Recon Bolt to check close. This is actually going to force the raise on Carmel to fall back here. Delta having to move back towards that 410 area. Still peak shells in hand tossed before the suppression can come through. And enough delay so far as Derby Panther have to hesitate.
A lot of what Utah just dumped down as well. Now goes the Nightfall for the commit. But Shao manages to stay alive and instead give back a bit more space as it moves to move in even further away from the site, realizing that maybe the committal wasn't necessarily worth it. And Nightfall does more than enough mental and economical damage that you know what? They're practically losing money by just staying here currently. Time as well dwindling away, point now found.
45 seconds left, and Derby Panther just holding here at the choke. Soul to finally start pushing in. Lear to come out as Boy clears out the left side.
And we're holding the angle on the entrance. Can't even go towards the left. Can't go to the other side here either. As JKC tries to make something happen, and Derby Panther locked on, but locked out as well. Cannot find the key to set themselves free. Oh boy, you had an ace last time. This round, what's it gonna be?
There's a turret watching. He's got to spray down here. Yeah, not able to come out on top. Ace gonna be that one to equalize here. 3-3 for Carmel. But it's a tight matchup, so anything goes still thus far. 1-4 split towards A. Soul being that lurking presence here in mid. Not finding anything yet, but might make contact and lower. Looking away at the wrong second allows you to get the first spray.
Just one more gone. Although Derby Panther losing some a little bit earlier, they have a lot of options at least in terms of their ultimate economy. We're able to rush down a site. Something that we haven't necessarily seen a lot of them yet. A lot of them do yet, but it's tough as space in be given over. There's a 3-stack by B. Well, A, sorry.
Yeah, only one alone here that's going to be Krishan to be that difference maker. Does detect 3 hostiles with the 0 point with the Viper's pit up. They're looking dicey for sure.
Nice.
Okay,
Ooh.
make that a second though, and the delay enough. Derby Panther, despite the Viper's pit, it's too scary to try and plant without a pick or two.
Yeah, because considering where they're at, they can just spray them down evidently, and even the Prowler manages to find one right outside the Viper's pit as well. So through this, you know there's a judge in hand, and they're just dumping Utsil in front of them. They have 15 seconds, Ash. So they can continue the spray down, and Derby Panther will not be able to get off an actual plant, but instead, down by neutral, they committed, and Kishin instead will remove them as soon as the spike goes down.
So much pressure that was allowed, and big partly due to Krishan in that previous round to bring the flawless to fruition. Those 2 picks towards yellow were hugely impactful to buy time for the rest of the team. And now a 5-person 0 point will be information gleaned here for Carmel. And there's not a 0 point, there's a null command available in the kit here too. They can further delay here on the side of Carmel. And that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Play tactics was that last time. Now currently all the kills are Utsil set up on the A site, and even Killjoy as well, just watching that mid site. But no one found here yet. They do get stopped by the entrance once more, and they need some sort of way to make their way in, and this is it. Smokes go up, as does the entire Viper wall. It's cut off on that side too, so I have a couple of seconds, the knife connecting, nice shot out, but have not committed the plant just yet. And these are the disadvantages of not having a sage sometimes, because you can't do it.
Because there's just so much pressure that Carmel are able to put on to be here. Derby Panther, they found a lot more success on A because when it comes down to the plant site itself, there's a lot more cover available. And with 30 seconds left, Delta staring at the base of the rotation with an operator, Derby Panther out of options.
Derby Panther once again locked into a forced decision that really they don't want to make and they don't know how to execute either. So they have to somehow find a way to rush their way in. No real flashes here, one prowler left. And Shout will be the one to meet them first, not able to find spray transfer, but it's trades enough that it's run out of time at this point. And it's just a Viper left. She's marked and survives.
At the very least, able to carry the Vandal into this next round, right? Going back towards the A site, that was a lot more favored for Derby Panther previously, but again, with that operator, Delta shuts that down. Quick flank from B.
What?
Kishan takes down another.
Kishan looking to control the spray and take 2 first troubles from moving all the way out through mid. Speaking of which, 2 more doing so. JKC catches 1, luckily, with the timing, but it'll cause them to fall off. 2 of them are still stuck outside of A and not too sure where to go from here.
Thing is, there's all that Killjoy util here towards site. You've got Delta on the op too. If things go awry, there's a showstopper available. The Owl drone just enough to push Delta off the angle.
The tag up gives him a couple of seconds, but he'll likely look to repeat the angle and does exactly that. Because they know they have no real other options but to walk in here. Nice flash, turns away. Will only get the turret first time. It was a mere distraction.
6-3 as Carmel refind their footing. I think they've noticed that Derby Panthers struggle against those aggressive flanks and flanks from this defender-sided aggressive team. This time, Derby Panther, for the first time, will be moving towards Tube and Kitchen.
And for now, boy, it looks a lot for their mistakes. Bonnie punch Christian on the flank. And Delta will get 1 for the troubles. Not able to move through mid just yet. Interesting that Zhao is also watching the angle right below Tube. But Tube will be where do they all find their space? And oh, they don't know that he was there.
Now Poi on the other side of the map. They're trying to make a pinch situation on B, right? Unfortunately, Tangent not quite ready for the aggression here in Kitchen. Zio, the one alone towards site, will catch Chicken out without a gun in hand. Jakey on the flank too, near miss though, as now a 3-2 situation here for Derby.
Unfortunate, but it'll give them a couple of seconds to reconvene Derby Panther. First time in a while have managed to get the plant down safely. And now lockdown as well from Ace. This is be pretty far out, so we'll manage to cover the entire site here. And they have to move into yellow if they want to at least force an option, but currently nade is only used as a substantial, so say, couple of seconds gained, not even to half. And Ace almost did it.
Doing so much, but Chicken God using teammates as almost a little recon dart to get that information. That 410 classic Viper's ultimate here go out towards the A site. 0 Point won't catch them off guard, so they should know that Zio is playing close contact in this pit. And Derby Panther, despite the sprays, you can see they're already itching. They're like, are they flanking us already? They're already rechecking towards spawn. They're falling off towards A. And it's tough because that toxic screen was already used on the A side.
Yeah, Zio and Delta had moved up really close just to try to assume where they might be hiding. But Delta moves over to mid. No op this time, but we'll be able to spot them first. And Soul instead catches him. And second up is going to be Tangent, who finds nothing here. Finds the power. There we go. A couple seconds again, but now with the knife. Has to fall off as look to re-peek against him and not gonna catch him. But now Christian traded away. Tangent now moves in, gets a spike, finds him one more. Now through this, they just pinch them inside on where they're supposed to be cooking. TV2 as they're just stuck once more. Bye bye.
Yeah, now tough deploy to try and reclaim the spike. It's not even an option when Ace is on your back. 7-4
You
here
want to
for
play?
Carmel.
Let's play.
Just one more round in this half.
Five v 5, and through a couple of seconds, Delta instead. Showstopper not gaining much. Yo, two anchor the side beautifully using the KO as is an option to lure them in. Spike goes down and Poe has his back. And even the Viper's pick gets put up, but they can actually res it here. Poe gonna survive, almost had him. He can't get him, and that gets taken away. That Poe left alive in a 2v1. And Tangent to find him.
The Nightfall expended too, but I mean it's that last round, right? So you might as well use every single tool in your arsenal. We're gonna swap sides here, and Derby Panther will now be on the defender's side. Carmel on the attack. A straightforward A hit to start things off. Derby Panther taking a page out of the Carmel book with the quick flank from B.
1 for 1 and an essential piss around for Derby Panther. The Wiz started off, second sprays. They both run out of bullets, and they're gonna keep repeating the ankle at this point. But Ace wins out on the war that they were waging between one another.
Ooh, taking a long time to break that turret there. Jakey C's gonna get caught out now. A 2v3 here for Derby Panther. Not much help available. And that hairline gonna have to be the sole savior of Derby. Vizio with a slow creep across the zip line will take the W, which means it's anti-eco time here for Carmel, and Derby Panther stuck on those pistols.
Just like that hairline couldn't save me, he also can't save the round, unfortunately. 5v5. 5v5 on the site as well. Look towards making a contact push. Zio managed to get one. And they're so pushed up here, actually. They decided to meet them right in front. Soul makes the most bold and brazen play that he could and thought that it might work out. For a second, I did too. A jump shot, but a little bit off on the angle.
Double digits here for Carmel. Derby Panther, it's do or die with this next anti-eco. The suppression again, 0 point. Able to catch so much information.
No.
That hairline caught out in a one and done angle, not able to fall off. And we've got flip sight here as far as the plant goes for Carmel towards mid.
The hairline needs a res and Rogaine to perhaps get back just what they lost there, unfortunately. But put it onto 2, Soul doing the Lord's work. Trying to save the round as much as possible with the team on his back, guns in his hands, and blood in his eyes.
3K there for Derby Panther. A much needed round for themselves to avoid going to that match point really early on. The question is if they can earn another for themselves. They really don't tend to favor the split push here on the side of Carmel, instead electing for that 5-man push tentatively towards the side.
A couple of seconds more. It'll be up to Chicken God. Oh, to anchor the side. At least he managed to get his one. Takes a lot of damage. And off the one round, Derby Panther seems to have found what they're missing previously, but instead, a Viper's Pit traded on both sides. Tons of smoke on both ends. Trubisky, you may not necessarily know where to go, but Zio has to survive. Ace Keys Key Razel doing the most currently, but up to Zio to cap it off.
11-5 now here for Carmel, 1 away from that coveted match point. I feel like the 0 points from both sides have just been hitting so hard lately. Always catching at least 3 and maybe 5 players, but this time they're not going to have info on that hairline hiding these.
No one knows where the hairline is going. All they know is that it's just gone. They'll just leave 2 on the outside.
Everyone else is doing the work.
Yeah, he's just free firing away.
No, tell me.
No.
Wait.
Okay.
No, that
he tried to go for it. He thought he was leaving. He gets 2 for his troubles, but he's gonna get pinched. Oh! He wins sweet, gets the op. No way, right? No way this actually happens. He doesn't see him. That's the 4K. He's on the outside. Someone brings his back. Shield. Getting 5 isolate 1v1s. Spike in his hands. And I look towards A.
A re-clear towards mid as well. JKC all the way in B main. No information to be given. Also gonna look to re-clear A main. So information galore
30
here
seconds
for
left.
Zio. And as I say that, instead it's a wraparound. This is risky, Rav.
This might
I
work.
mean, yeah, because there is the toxic screen, but at the same time, it's like you have no idea now where Christian could possibly be playing.
No, not at all. But all you have to know is that your wall is here, your smoke is here. So you have what you want and what you need. Spike goes down by neutral and he's holding just a little bit offside.
JKC also 20 seconds away from that 0 point. That's a lot of time to be bought. The toxin screen up now as well. It
3
does
seconds.
give JKC space though to move in towards mid.
The wall now finally falling. It'll just be about how to move in against one another. The spray! And Gio does it beautifully. The ace to bring him to 12. A Herculean effort, but he's up to the task.
Match point here, Derby Panther. It's a best of 1 series, so they've got to keep their name in the game until OT if they really want it. Carmel, though, looking to end things early on.
No
Not
way!
fast enough to the trigger. Delta comes out on top.
I don't know what gave him the option or the insight to move back just for a couple seconds, but it saved his life. A nice nade to also see where he would dismiss past and JKC in the place to be, but he just can't find one more, and it's just just that hairline against everybody. The hairline's gotta clutch up. He's gotta keep on moving forward, but sadly, the rest of Carmel want to see him be decimated, taken down. He won't go down so easy though. He's got a couple more good years left in him, and it's still a good look. The nade is enough in the 1v1. A hairline has to save it.
No!
And he does so. There we go. No need for wigs today.
Ooh. That hairline. Okay, I was like, how much are we trolling here, hairline?
Yeah.
But a clutch round here for Derby Panther, 6th round on the board, but still match point here for Carmel Catholic. They're looking to end this early on, but at the very least, Derby Panther, they have pushed Carmel onto an eco round now. So a potential 7th round on the board for this team as Carmel slows things down and goes back to that split default.
A huge round for themselves, and we've seen what they're able to do with a fair amount of momentum in their hands, but it has been just huge efforts by the side of Carmel, such as by JEC and now the Viper the previous round, to catch, get aces over and over. Nice knife for a sway point, a couple more seconds, and I feel like all we've seen is Viper pitch this entire game here, Ash. But give them a couple seconds to just plant a nice spray down. Soul dismisses away. Kitchen finds one, not able to recover the gun though. And Spike still has not been able to go down just yet. The Vipers, they're removed. There's no cover. Carmel's in just an awful spot.
Such a tough spot to reclaim the spike here, right? No cover, no util with the suppression. Delta at least gonna be able to get 2 now. Suddenly, the advantage on for Derby Panther. They're looking for 1 more. Does it end now?
10 seconds left.
He actually managed to get it down. All chicken out takes out tangent. There's the Hunter's Pit, and he moves against him.
Attackers win.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't take out